Doctor, thank you for your time.
Good morning, Mike.
Doctor, can you tell us about the link between homosexuality and mental illness?
After running a series of tests on diagnosed homosexuals, we found a direct link between homosexuality and mental illness. Any person that shows symptoms to be suffering from homosexual mental disorder or displays signs of homosexual behavior or tendencies should undergo treatment that is outlined on pages 621 to 623 in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for the Mental Disorders. Treatment can vary from medication to long-term institutionalization and rehabilitation. What are you doing? Talbot Pharmaceutical Corporation have released a new form of medication to treat patients suffering from homosexuality.
But how long do I have to go for?
Not long. Just enough time for them to make you better.
I don't want to go.
Skip will be waiting for you when you get home. Going to be a good boy?
Bye, Sonny. Bye, Mum.
Hello? You must be Jessica. Do you know who I am?
Uncle Sonny?
He's recognised particularly for his work with children. He's published 3 books on mental health, and his latest book, A Parent's Guide to Medication, will be available next week. Please welcome Professor Joseph Gray.
Good morning, Janet.
So, who have we got here?
No one. Sally Jenkins says I wasn't allowed to have an imaginary friend.
Yeah? Why not?
Because Sally Jenkins said that the lady next door to her had an imaginary friend and she got moved into hospital and never came out.
Well, you're allowed to have an imaginary friend.
As a result of a 65% increase in reported cases of attention deficit disorder, we found that early childhood schizophrenia is treatable and perhaps curable with appropriate treatment and medication. 2 products in the form of oral medication have been developed by Wiltman and Sarko that specifically cater for child consumption.
Why am I allowed to have an imaginary friend, but Sally Jenkins' next door neighbour isn't?
Because little girls are allowed to have imaginations.
Aren't adults allowed to have imaginations?
Yeah. We're just not allowed to talk about them.
Professor, how would one distinguish between a child's healthy imagination and early childhood schizophrenia?
Well, sufferers of early childhood schizophrenia experience severe delusions, and in many cases, these delusions or hallucinations place the child's safety at risk.
Put your shoes on, please.
Medication can vary depending on the symptoms, all of which are outlined in the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual for Mental Disorders, and of course, A Parent's Guide to Medication.
We'll continue our chat with Professor Gray after this short break. Continuing our chat with Professor Joseph Gray. Professor, are there any significant side effects to this medication?
Well, in the short term, consumers may experience a small amount of lethargy. But, of course, this will help control hyperactivity, which can lead to attention deficit disorder. These ones will help control the depression, and this one is for nausea, and this for the insomnia.
Now, is it true that attention deficit disorder is hereditary?
Well, there's strong evidence to suggest that a lot of mental illness is hereditary. Yes.
Professor Gray, thank you for your time and congratulations on your latest book, A Parent's Guide to Medication.
You shouldn't smoke.
I know. And you should have your shoes on.
Come on, Jessie, we're going to be late.
Don't take them, Jessie. You don't need them. They're no good for you.
Jessica, take your tablets, please.
Come on, mate. She doesn't need them.
Jessica,
Jessie.
I won't ask you again. Okay, good girl. Come on, let's go.
What happens after people get buried, Mum?
Well, if they were a good person, their spirit goes off to heaven.
Will Uncle Sonny go to heaven?
Yes, darling.